প্রথমে যদি তাকে পরিচয় করাতে চাই তাহলে বলতে হবে একজন সাবেক ক্রিকেটার, কিন্তু সত্যিকার অর্থে পুরো বিশ্ব এখন তাকে জানে খুবই আলোচিত ধারাভাষ্যকার হিসেবে। আমাদের সঙ্গে আজকের চলতে চলতে অনুষ্ঠানে যোগ দিবেন অ্যালেন উইলকিন্স। অ্যালেন উইলকিন্স, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ টু জয়েন।
Nice to meet you.
Alan, you started your career as a cricketer. Do you miss that time while you are in Gloucestershire?
Yeah, I started as a cricketer. I mean, while I was at school, I always played cricket, and when I went to university, I played cricket. So I always had an ambition that one day I would play at the top level. And I played first of all for Glamorgan, which is the Welsh county. The county of Glamorgan. Incidentally, in Cardiff, which is the capital city, that's where Bangladesh pulled off that great win against Australia back in 2005 or 2007. So then I went to play for Gloucestershire because I felt that there would be more opportunities for me, and there were. I played with Sadiq Mohammed, Zahir Abbas, Mike Proctor was my captain. And then it was a shoulder injury to my bowling shoulder, which meant that I had to finish playing cricket, and so I got into broadcasting. But
at the same time, while you are in county cricket, you took 400 wickets, and it's a huge achievement for a bowler. But unfortunately, you missed the top level of cricket.
Yes. You know, I was kind of knocking on the door for England. I was told by the England selectors at the time that, you know, you're getting close to it. There were bowlers like John Lever, also left arm like me, Robin Jackman, right arm quick. So I was there or thereabouts, but the shoulder injury didn't help because this happened when I was 28. And 28, you're at your almost at your best. So it was disappointing not to play at the top level, but at the same time, you've always got to take a positive from a negative, and the injury meant that I had to look for another career, which was cricket broadcasting.
At the same time, you are talking about Sophia Garden and Cardiff, which was your city. Bangladesh had a great win, which you already told, against Australia, and Ashraful had a very good knock at this match. Can you recall the memory you had?
I was there. I was there watching because it was a beautiful, hot, sunny day, like it is in Dhaka here today. I was there watching. Mohammad Ashraful played a magnificent innings. It really was, and this was the full Australian team. They were banging in at him, and he was playing it beautifully. I've always been a great fan of Mohammad Ashraful. I thought he should have done better. Thought he should have got more runs. But that day was just an incredible celebration. You know, Dab Watmore and correct, and the Bangladesh team was celebrating. It was wonderful to be there.
But for this time, while you are watching World T20 in Bangladesh, what was the low falls for Bangladesh team in your eyes?
You know, it's disappointing. Obviously, I mean, you know, you look at, you've only got 20 overs. You have 20 overs, right? So the batting has been a bit poor. They haven't got starts. They've relied a lot on Shakib Al Hassan. Some of the bowling has not been penetrating enough, and I think maybe they stopped believing that they could do it. They were in a very tough group, but I don't think that defeat to Hong Kong did them any good at all. And I think that put them on the wrong message, and they stopped believing in themselves. They're a good side. Bangladesh has got some good young players, but you need young players to put their hands up and say, come on, I can do this. I can get wickets. I can score runs. But we wait that. The whole cricket world waits for Bangladesh to be a better team.
But in other formats, if you consider ODI and Test, Bangladesh got some success against Sri Lanka at the same time. They beat almost every leading cricketing countries. How you rate the overall progress of Bangladesh, though they got the Test status in 2000?
Well, I think, you know, I've been coming to Bangladesh for the best part of 10 years, and I mean, we've seen Bangladesh grow. I think, to be brutally honest, we expected Bangladesh to be a little bit on a steeper curve, so they could have reached higher peaks. They've had series wins. We know they beat Pakistan. We know they can beat anyone on their day, but they're looking for consistency. Consistency is what you need, and that's when we go back to Ashraful. He'd get a great score, then he wouldn't get scores for a couple of months, and so what you need is that consistency, and it's going to take a while. I'm afraid it is going to take a long time, but you know, let's hope let's hope they can do it over a shorter period.
In your eyes, as you are following Bangladeshi cricket for almost 10 to 12 years,
Yes.
Definitely you got some problems in overall cricketing structure or some other issues. Have you any specific suggestion how Bangladesh can really achieve it?
Well, you know, I mean, the structure, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of league cricket here, but I know that, you know, I've just recently here on this video, I've been to Sylhet and I've been to Chittagong and I've been here now in Dhaka. So you've got facilities, there are facilities. And you just look at the population of the country, 160 million people, you're saying, you know, we need cricketers to come out of this huge well of people. There must, I mean, everywhere you look, there are youngsters playing cricket, just like India and Pakistan and Sri Lanka. So you somehow have to find a way where your individual bodies, you know, if you're head of your Bangladesh Cricket Board, and you've obviously got coaching structure, but these must spread the gospel. And they must bring these cricketers in. Where are they? They must be out there. You know, that's what I believe. This is a country with too many people and too much passion for cricket not to have better teams. That's what I believe.
How you are enjoying Bangladesh this time, and earlier you also came here?
Bangladesh has always been good to me. I've got friends here. I've traveled, and as I say, this time is my first time in Sylhet, which was great. I enjoyed the tea plantation areas. I enjoyed the relative quiet of Sylhet, because Chittagong is madness. The traffic and the number of people. But you know, everywhere we go, we have had the most wonderful welcome. The staff at the hotels, and not just here, but I'm talking Sylhet, and the goodness. And just the general feeling towards us as broadcasters, as international broadcasters, has been, it's been touching, it's been emotional, and we want to use that emotion for future visits and for the future of Bangladesh. It's here. Everything, the emotions in the heart of Bangladeshi people. You've got to translate that now onto the cricket stage, because we want a strong Bangladesh team. A lot of Sylheti people go to the United Kingdom and open businesses and restaurants. So the structure is there. The structure is there. And I thought it was a wonderful place to play cricket.
How you are enjoying Bangladesh this time, and earlier you also came here?
Bangladesh has always been good to me. I've got friends here. I've traveled, and as I say, this time is my first time in Sylhet, which was great. I enjoyed the tea plantation areas. I enjoyed the relative quiet of Sylhet, because Chittagong is madness. The traffic and the number of people. But you know, everywhere we go, we have had the most wonderful welcome. The staff at the hotels, and not just here, but I'm talking Sylhet, and the goodness. And just the general feeling towards us as broadcasters, as international broadcasters, has been, it's been touching, it's been emotional, and we want to use that emotion for future visits and for the future of Bangladesh. It's here. Everything, the emotions in the heart of Bangladeshi people. You've got to translate that now onto the cricket stage, because we want a strong Bangladesh team.
At the same time, how will rate the Sylhet International Stadium, newly built stadium?
That stadium, the Sylhet International Divisional Stadium, is a great facility. It's not too big, which means that everyone has an intimate view of the cricket. And what I did like, I liked the green, the grassy, the gallery there. Those like those tea steps. You know, that's beautiful. And then we had in Sylhet, we had the beautiful sunsets. That's fantastic. But I do believe it's a fabulous stadium. And you know, international flights fly from London into Sylhet, because you know, there are a lot of Sylheti people go to the United Kingdom and open businesses and restaurants. So the structure is there. The structure is there. And I thought it was a wonderful place to play cricket.
Alan, if we go to your personal career, now you were a cricketer, but you started your commentary career with rugby.
Yeah.
What's the reason behind it?
I played rugby. I mean, rugby was my game. I played rugby and cricket
Yeah.
the same. But because Wales, I'm from Wales, and because rugby is very much a passion, like cricket in Bangladesh, you have to be involved in rugby. You know, if you're going to be in television sport, you have to do rugby. And cricket was, well, it wasn't as much on my portfolio as rugby was. So I absolutely loved rugby. I mean, I did the 91 Rugby World Cup, 95, 99, 2003, 2000. I've done virtually all of them except for 87. So I love rugby. Have you got a rugby team here? Bangladesh?
No, Bangladesh started to
you need some bigger guys.
Yes. And we need to send them to UK to build them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you started your career after end of cricket. You also are a sports journalist, as far as I know. You are a sports editor for SBS. How you enjoyed that career also as a journalist?
Well, you know, I got in through the sports door, if you like. I didn't do a degree in journalism. I did my degree in sports science, physical education and psychology with history at Loughborough, which is now Britain's leading sports establishment for cricket especially. So I did my degree there. I had my education behind me. The injury meant that I had to choose a different career. I chose broadcasting. I did news, I've read television news, radio news, I've done the reporting, I've done all this, I've held cameras, I've done directing. But eventually I wanted to be this side of the camera. I wanted to broadcast on the cricket and rugby, and I love my golf and I love my tennis. So, you know, so I've been very fortunate that on my time at ESPN Star Sports in Singapore, where I live, and I've lived for 14 years, I've been very fortunate that that has given me a huge global platform. I've seen the very best in the best sports in the world.
At the same time, if we consider your tennis career in commentary, you started probably from Wimbledon,
Wimbledon
Championship. At the same time, almost every Grand Slam, when you started from Wimbledon, you covered almost every Grand Slam, and you meet lots of tennis stars. How does it feel to meet all the leading sport guys?
Well, you know, I've been very lucky. I've done 20 years of Wimbledon. I did 2 for the SABC in Johannesburg, and I've done the rest with ESPN Star Sports. Covered the US Open tennis at New York, the Australian Open from Melbourne, and I've met them all. I've met all the great players, and to actually talk with them like we're talking now. It's what everyone wants to do. You want to meet Roger Federer, you want to meet Andre Agassi, Pete Sampras, Rafael Nadal, Djokovic, Murray, and the ladies. I mean, and it's through my great friend Vijay Amritraj, you know, former Indian tennis star, that he introduced me to a lot of his friends, you know, the Boris Beckers of this world, and you know, they have a great intimacy. They're all pals, they're all friends, and so I've been very fortunate. I mean, I've lived in an era, Rakib, I've lived in an era of Sachin Tendulkar, Tiger Woods, and Roger Federer.
And how lucky you are!
And you know, and I've been this close, and we're friends. So no one. I mean, I feel sometimes I got to pinch myself to say and tell myself that, you know, I'm living the dream. I'm living the dream.
At the same time, is there any interesting story that which every time inspire you to continue this profession?
Why I want to carry on?
Yeah.
Well, who wouldn't want to be involved with sport? You know, this ICC World 2020, the players around here, they do become friends. Not all of them, you know, but some of them. And why wouldn't I want that to continue? I do, and I love my golf, I love my tennis, love my rugby, and I love my cricket. Stories, gosh, I mean, we have fun as commentators, you know, because everyone's an ex-commentator. Wasim Akram, Shane Warne, Sanjay Manjrekar, who else? We got so many here. Ravi Shastri, Sean Pollock, they're all here. John T. Rhodes is with us on this one now, and Sunil Gavaskar. So we've all become good friends. And if you have a good relationship and friendship going in the environment, in the commentary box and the studio, then I think that finds its way to people watching and people listening. They like it. They like us to be friends. So long may it continue. You have to have a structure. Yes, you have your governing body. Then you look at the pyramid. And the wider that pyramid is, the more people you've got on your base here. Excellence in sport is at the top, but it starts from a strong base.
Is there any interesting story that which every time inspire you to continue this profession?
Why I want to carry on?
Yeah.
Well, who wouldn't want to be involved with sport? You know, this ICC World 2020, the players around here, they do become friends. Not all of them, you know, but some of them. And why wouldn't I want that to continue? I do, and I love my golf, I love my tennis, love my rugby, and I love my cricket. Stories, gosh, I mean, we have fun as commentators, you know, because everyone's an ex-commentator. Wasim Akram, Shane Warne, Sanjay Manjrekar, who else? We got so many here. Ravi Shastri, Sean Pollock, they're all here.
Yeah.
John T. Rhodes is with us on this one now, and Sunil Gavaskar. So we've all become good friends. Yeah. And if you have a good relationship and friendship going in the environment, in the commentary box and the studio, then I think that finds its way to people watching and people listening. They like it. They like us to be friends. So long may it continue.
If you consider you worked with Tiger Woods for golf,
yes.
At the same time Roger Federer in tennis and Sachin Tendulkar in cricket. But who is the best entertainer in your eyes?
Entertainer?
Yeah, in sport, who is the best entertainer?
Wow. Well, look, Roger Federer to me is the greatest tennis player because I just love the way he plays. I could watch Roger Federer, and he does lose, and he loses to Nadal, and we know that, and he loses to Djokovic, but I still love watching Roger Federer play. You can name me any number of cricketers. Viv Richards to me was the great entertainer. Viv Richards was the great entertainer for me. Tiger Woods, I mean, when Tiger Woods plays, the audience, television audience figures goes up 50% in America. And he's off now because he's got back surgery and he's going to miss the Masters. But when he plays, he entertains because such is the beauty of his game. There are a lot of golfers I like. But we all like Tiger.
But at the same time, you worked with cricket, tennis, golf, and rugby.
Yes.
If I say, I don't know, which sport you like most, then what would be the answer?
You know, it's so hard to answer that, and you know, I've been asked that so many times. Rugby in the winter, football in the winter, golf winter and summer, cricket, tennis, you know. I'd be hard pressed to say which one I love. Honestly, Rakib, for me to do all that I've done, I thank someone up there who's looking down on me. I'm just lucky, privileged that I can do what I do. I would hate to say I would only want to do cricket and miss out on golf and tennis. So a little bit of each.
Okay. But if I want to tell you to share any interesting story in your career, which always make you laugh, or when you recall the memory that how I have enjoyed that moment with that guy or particular event, can you share any story?
Oh, I mean, you know, even here, we've been in tuk-tuks. I mean, Sean Pollock and I were in a tuk-tuk, and we, you know, the way they drive here in Bangladesh, I said, what are we doing in this tuk-tuk? We might never make it for the next round, the next match or something. He said, relax. He said, you're too tense, you know, be relaxed. I said, listen, I've got to work. And he said, well, so have I, you know, and just, you know, you have fun. That's the main thing. And so we all tend to have this great sense of humor amongst ourselves, some of which I can and can't tell you.
At the same time, Alan, if you consider that you visited a different part of the country, of the world, you were in Johannesburg, you were born and brought up in UK, then now living in Singapore, and different, for various reasons, you have to come this subcontinent, I mean India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, some other countries. Which country and countries people most attract you? I know it's tough to answer.
Wow. You know, because I have to go to all countries, You know, you make friends. You have to. I mean, I go to Sri Lanka. 2 years ago, we were in Sri Lanka for the ICC World 2020 there. We were in Colombo, and I was in Pallekele, Kandy.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You know, we go to India a lot. We're received so well. Here, the welcome couldn't have been better in Bangladesh. I go to England. I mean, I go to the United States. We're still. I think sport does that. You know, if you make friends in sport, and if you make friends, and if you make sure that you do your job, like you do yours, you know, you shake hands, and it's not more just an exchange of business cards, and it's an exchange of emotion and thought that we're still on the same page. And so, everywhere I've been, fortunately, people have been kind to me.
Yeah. I'm very near to end of the show.
Yeah.
I have, once again, if we go back to cricket, you see Bangladeshi cricket very closely, and you know, in Bangladesh we have a very poor domestic cricket structure, which you are telling that you can't follow our league, how it's happening. But what happened in UK, they have a very good shape in county, and almost every part of the country they love to play cricket. Do you think that could be the one of the reason that Bangladesh can't come forward?
You know, whatever the sport, if it's rugby, if it's football, if it's cricket, if it's tennis, whatever, you have to have a structure. Yes, you have your governing body. Then you look at the pyramid, and the wider that pyramid is, the more people you've got on your base here to go up to the top. The bigger your pyramid, you've got more people to choose from. So excellence in sport is at the top, but it starts from a strong base in the bottom, and that structure has to be in place. I don't know how many clubs there are in Dhaka. All I'm saying is that there are so many people, and their passion is here. They're playing out on the grassy areas. They're playing out on the dusty areas. That passion has to be brought in. You have to have a structure where you get the youngsters at this age to feel that they can go somewhere and play a game of cricket, to belong. That's all I'm saying. And I would like to find out more about Bangladesh structure of cricket, because the passion and the will is here to succeed. Now you've got to get that, grasp it, and make the structure work.
You're telling that you're a big fan of Ashraf. For a recent incident of him, you heard?
Well, no. You know, I mean, I just watched Mohammad Ashraful from, 10 years ago. But I'm a big fan of Shakib Al Hassan. I was a big fan. I tell you who I liked bowling. I liked watching when he was a youngster, Mushrafi Mortaza and Tapush Boisha, who's from Sylhet. We saw Tapush up there in Sylhet. So these players, Khalid Mashood, remember Khalid Mahmood, all these guys, we've seen them grow. And they became friends. Where are they now? Where you know, there are some good players coming. This Bangladesh team has not shown the world how good they can be. They've been disappointing. Let's be honest about that. This has been a disappointing campaign. We expected more from them.
Okay. At the same time, for IPL here in Bangladesh, BPL, there are lots of tournaments in different parts of the world, and all leading guys, cricketing people, they have to be pass a busy schedule with cricket. Do you think it could be harmful for cricketing career?
You know, the simple answer to that is that cricket now puts good money on the table. And this World 2020, not just the World, the 2020 leagues, the Caribbean League has taken off now. In the Bangladesh Premier League, whether that happens again, I don't know. So you have these players now who earn a very good money. And it's gone are the days where you used to have a test cap, which still to me has the top value. But you can't translate the value of a test cap to the value of maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, which can be life-changing. You know, life-changing for some players, especially from the subcontinent, and for players from, say, Australia and New Zealand, who know they're not going to play test cricket. But if they can get into a 2020 team or a franchise and earn hundreds of thousands, that changes your life. So this 2020 game is the newest member of the family, and it's here to stay. Whatever people are saying about preserving test cricket, which we must do, this 2020 game, which is thrilling, it's exciting, we have to keep it as part of the family. That's what I believe.
Alan, if I tell you that you are very much happy with your personal life and the career,
yes,
and almost everything make you happy. But is there any other dream
Dream?
of you?
Phew. Is there any other dream? Well, you know, I suppose, yes, there is. Look, we're lucky, we stay in lovely hotels, we are looked after. What gets to me emotionally is when I travel to various parts of the world and I see poverty and I see how people with money can help those without. And I have various charities that I give to, and I just think we can help more. And that if it's a dream, it's to help the youngsters out there come up, play cricket, because cricket and sport is a way to a better life.
Okay. If you share your personal life, are you happy with your personal life? I mean, family and other business, everything makes you happy?
That's the way. If you're happy in here,
Yeah.
you're happy out there.
Alan, thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you. Thanks very much.